Hey, Bob Gardner here from thebraidedwarrior.com. Today, I want to talk to you about a very important concept, and it has to do with this question. What is a man? Okay, in the Braided Warrior, as a company, our goal is to mentor men, to teach families, and to train warriors. Your question, though, is like, well, what's a man? Like, who are you mentoring? Does that just mean that, like, anybody who happens to have an X and a Y chromosome, those are the people that you mentor? Because boys do that. What is a man? Exactly. And you see, if you're like me, you grew up inheriting things that were passed down from your parents, which are good things, and they've guided me throughout my life. But there was never a really clear definition on what it means to go from being a boy through whatever rites of passage need to happen to being a man. See, because the Maasai warriors in Africa, boy, they do this massive process where the boy is kidnapped from the tribe, left out in the wilderness for a year, and he has to provide for himself, and he has to be able to protect himself, and he has to be able to survive well and make it back to the community after a year is up. He also has to be able to kill a lion with his bare hands. Yeah, that's not the type of rite of passage that I'm necessarily hoping to go through myself, but you can see the distinction. A boy is entirely dependent upon the community for help. He's thinking mostly about himself. My wife and I have 6 amazing kids. 5 of them are boys, and they complain a lot. They complain about things that aren't going their way, okay? But they're dependent upon us, and they ask for things from us, and they're mostly concerned about their own stuff, their own wants. A man, on the other hand, now not every man in the world has a family, right? So let's talk about this in sort of metaphorical terms. He grows from being only concerned about himself and highly dependent to concern for himself plus others, able to provide, able to protect, and able to lead with some sort of vision. Now, there are men out there that have families that aren't necessarily protecting, providing, and leading with any kind of vision. And then to go from that, we go to warrior, which is a whole different level, okay? And maybe we'll talk about that in another video, because I want to keep this short just so that you can ask this question. Are you a boy in certain areas of your life, or are you a man in those areas? Here's what I mean. With regard to your own health, your own body, are you a boy? Are you dependent upon your body? Do you complain about what your body is able to do or not able to do? Are you a victim of the aging process? Or are you leading your body with some set of vision, providing for it, nourishing it, and keeping it in constant good health, protecting it? Okay, that has to do with not only fitness, but also how your general health is, your energy levels, and everything associated with that. In your family, are you a boy? Meaning that you come home and you get home from work and you're really only concerned about yourself, right? I just want to rest. It's been a hard day. I'm not that rest is a bad thing. I mean, I do this sometimes, probably a lot if you ask my wife. I'm trying not to. The main thing is, are you dependent upon this family structure for love and support, for them to build you up, or are you leading them? Are you invested? Do you come home and are you still trying to court and date and honor your wife just like you were before you were married? Just because you got a ring doesn't mean it's all of a sudden easy money, right? Now, are you still treating her with love, honor, and respect? Are you guiding your kids and instilling in them spiritual principles? Or are you just dealing with them when you have to because they're noisy and whatnot? Or you just enjoy the love that they give you, but you don't really want to have to deal with all the mess. And if you're honest, right, the goal of this is to be really honest. This isn't a judgment call. You get to make your own judgments. I make my own judgments about me. Sometimes I'm a boy, sometimes I'm a man. Okay, what about your relationship with some higher power? Something bigger than you, like a God or your inner voice, your identity, your purpose, your mission. Are you hoping for other people to tell you what to do in your life? Other people to tell you who you are? Other people to tell, like, do you pray to God and ask Him to tell you what to do with your life? Or do you pray and ask for advice, but then make your own decision and own up to your own capacity to choose and act on something meaningfully, to be anxiously engaged in a good cause that's a little bit bigger than just somebody else telling you what to do, like I tell my kids what to do sometimes? Right? So there's all these areas of life. We could talk about finances, we could talk about your relationships. Are you a boy or are you a man? And what the goal is to help you become not just a man, but a man on fire, a focused man who has body, mind, and spirit all combined, headed the right direction. So head on over to thebraidedwarrior.com if you're interested in some more talk about this, if you want to just yell at me through an email or you want to send me some feedback. The website's kind of all over the place right now. But get on the email list and I'll be sending some stuff out to you guys periodically so that you can respond to it. Tell me what you think. I want to hear in comments below this. I want to know, what is a man to you? Are you a man? What do you need to become one? Who taught you what it was? All of those questions are relevant to this discussion as we step up into being more than just boys on this planet.